They mic you up. Thankfully, they only mic you up for like one session on national meetings, but then they video you and then they put it out on the internet forever. So you just get used to it. What I hate is when it's like, if they come early, like if they come on day 2, you still don't really have, like, you still don't have your spiel down yet. You're still sort of feeling out how you want to, So sometimes it's a little clunky, but they get you on like day 4. By golly, it's polished and ready to go. Usually after day 1, someone will come to me and they'll go, "Hi, you want the people you're talking to like you. Stop being so mean," because I'm still like working with you guys, and then I'm like, because sometimes I get sales classes, and sales classes, they don't know what to do with me, right? So their feelings are hurt, and they're going home and crying to people. Yeah. Not promoting synergy, harmony, cohesiveness, other random. All right. So if you guys noticed, ooh, someone took this one apart. All right. If you notice, 2 of these arms have wheels on them, and one of them just has a pointer. Okay. Again, we're saving money. You don't need a wheel if you don't have a load roller, because if you don't have a load roller, you don't have to measure out run out. So you don't have to get under the rim to measure out whether it's radial or lateral. So at that point, we just know that you're trying to put the weight as a clip weight. So we just give you a pointer, and then we can save tens of dollars. And it's like the Temu plant burned down, and tens of dollars worth of stock is now lost forever, right? So as far as that goes, as far as the Hall effect sensors go, these are not permanent magnets. These are Hall effect sensors. You're good with that? Okay. Oh, thank you for that. I don't know, you're helping me educate myself. Look at that. And usually that's my wife's problem. And she usually just looks at me in a huff and leaves. And I'm like, what? I was listening. Okay. So there's 2 Hall effect sensors down here on the bottom. The one Hall effect, the one Hall effect sensor is doing your lateral, and the other one is doing your lateral, radial, lateral, radial. And it's like permanent magnets there somewhere. Radial, lateral, radial. Okay. So one of them does your radial and one of them does your lateral. Okay. Again, we need to be able to use that as a pointer if we're doing a clip, because we have to do weight plane separation. The other thing we're doing on a clip is we're telling the balancer how wide the tie. We need to know how wide the rim is so that we can give it an accurate balance. Okay. For those of you guys who are sitting down, this is going to be a little hard to see. Oh, wow, that's going to be a lot hard to see. Is this one easier to see? Yes, this one is easier to see. So someone with a light and someone with a pick, because I am not going to be able to point to this. Okay, we can just use this. Ooh, safety scissors. I can run with these. All right. So on the shaft, I'm going to point right down through here. On the shaft, right at the end of my screwdriver, we'll call them screwdriver, right at the end of my scissor, on the inner shaft there is a dimple. That dimple needs to be pointing up. The dimple is
no, it's just washed out by super tiny.
I'm used to that.
So
you do. Do like Mike. Do like a.
Now we're just going to rename it Collins Glory Hole.
Do a shadow.
But we'll
do like a shadow, like kind of like hold it away.
No, I can barely see it now.
Cool. You know what? I believe you.
I wish you wouldn't be behind me.
That's
talking.
You got nothing to worry about.
Don't worry, it's just a dimple. You'll be all right.
Nothing to worry about.
I usually say that to the Canadians. It really makes the Canadians mad. So the dimple puts our magnetic field north and south, right? So if you put this back together again and So on this shaft here, there's a V groove. The V groove goes against another shaft. While you're turning that in, this bolt has Loctite on it. So it usually flips one time and then it grabs and then you pull it in. And then the dimple is facing down towards the floor rather than up towards the ceiling. At that point, when you actually calibrate the arm, you're calibrating the arm backwards. So at that point, you get a failed outer arm calibration. Okay, so it's a very this dimple is even smaller. If you want to try to even see that one is like super small.
How big is that one? Is it bigger than that one?
That one's bigger. That's why I chose that one instead. So when you put that thing back together again, you have to make sure that you get the dimple facing in the right spot. Okay. Tell you what, if you could open the cabinet, there's a orange. There's a red. It's the red Tupperware thing. Stick your hand right out. Yeah, grab that. There's some ends in there, right?
Is there any depiction on this?
Yeah,
one?
I'll take that. There should be one Hall effect sensor that's all by itself. Just bring it over here because I got to put these other force transducers in here anyway. That's an inner arm, but I'll take it. Yeah, they still do. It's about time to go home, so I won't try to delve into this too much. What I'm looking for is...
It doesn't have a dimple. Maybe it's dimple.
That's okay. This doesn't have what I'm looking for either. Really? Oh, nope. This is one. Where's the other one? Okay. So on your on the outer part of the arm, this guy is sitting right here. Okay. So this one is doing your lateral. Okay. If you notice on the lateral one, there's a little. If you notice on the lateral one, there's a little umlaut or a little bump. The little bump is what locks it into place on, if you notice, there's a little recess in the arm, so that the little bump goes into the little recess, because again, we need to put this in the correct orientation so that when we range this thing, when we're calibrating it, we don't range it backwards. Okay. The stuff right here that it comes out is called potting, and a lot of times that potting is where the wire will break. Okay. You guys probably saw the inner arm, so I'm going to go over this real quick. We'll probably take these apart tomorrow in the morning and have you guys recalibrate these in the morning. This is a super old version of this. Do I have a newer version of this? Yes. Okay. So it looks like those guys are leaving, but no, those are the Bosch guys. Okay. 12 million years ago, when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, we didn't have anything on here, and this thing here would move, and it would break right here. So then we came out with a strain relief. So what do you think happened to the wire? It broke right here, because that's where the strain relief ended. So then the one that you saw your guy replace had a strain relief about this long. Guess where it breaks? All the way down here where the strain relief stops. All we're doing is we're moving it down the thing. And so, because what happens is this has to follow the arm in and out. So this thing's laying in the tub, and this thing's just going like this, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it just breaks finally wherever the strain relief ends. We thought we were being smart by making a strain relief. All we're doing is making a different breaking point. So I really don't want you guys to miss the bus. If it's 4 o'clock, we'll just go. All right, I'm gonna look when you guys leave. In the morning, when we get here in the morning, this is either in the morning, that looks like a 5/16 Allen. It might be a 1/4 inch, but I'm pretty sure it's a 5/16 Allen. We're going to take the 5/16 Allen off. We're going to take this part of the arm out. We're going to get our snap ring pliers, because that's actually a snap ring, not a permanent magnet. And then we're going to take the snap ring pliers out. We're going to remove the axle. After we remove the axle, we'll be able to take the Hall effect sensor out, because these break a lot, because people use these as like bowling pins, and they use the tires as bowling balls. And I swear to you, they aim the tire at this thing to see how many times they can hit it before it snaps off and lands on the ground. So, and now also in the morning up there, we have a Road Force walkaway arm. So the Road Force walkaway arm will break out after we put these back together again, because that arm has all the wires on it, and it has the pencil solenoid on it. And then you guys, I don't know if you guys really studied it when you were putting the thing together, if you just grabbed it and blindly threw it on the road for his walkaway. So I actually have an arm that we used back in the national meetings, and I hid it, and then they didn't know where it went, and I kept it. So, 'cause you got to give parts when you can give parts. So they know I'm a scavenger. If something's laying around for more than 2 hours, they know I'll take it. All right. So you guys get on the bus. Again, we will. The other thing, real quick, before you stop, if you take these 4 screws off, there's a little switch here. Okay. Does anyone use these for what their intended purpose? So when you take your inner arm and your outer arm and you put it against the wheel, you can't use your nose to push K4, so they gave you a thumb button so that when you were measuring run out, you could hold the arms against the wheel, you hit the button, and the button was like, okay, let's go ahead and circulate. So if you take the 4 screws off, there is a very short harness. This is in like a one of those what do you call it, interference fits. So usually you try to wiggle it out, and then it's like a bag of chips, and then it goes like this, and then the chips go like that, and then you're going to ruin my wiring harness. And then I'm going to look at you like I normally look at you, and I'll be like, so try not to break the switch harness in here, because it's literally about this big, okay? But that way you can see what it looks like. That switch is rather heinous to replace. You have to get in there with a pair of needle nose to turn the very, very, very small nut that holds the switch into place. And then you can actually just see what they look like. And then after we put these back together again, before maybe so we'll put these back together again. We'll probably put them on the machines. We'll go ahead and calibrate them a second time to make sure that you guys got your dimples in the right spot. Then we'll break out the Road Force walkaway arm, so you guys can at least see. We can flip the arm over. We can take the cover off so you can see how it works and how it knows that the thing's retracted and all that good stuff. All right. Good day today, gentlemen.